What's going on, everyone? Welcome to our first live giveaway of 2024. I was just thinking about it, and we're coming on 4 years of Release Over 20, which is pretty cool, pretty significant. And thanks for everyone's support of the whole initiative. And I'm so glad to see that it's still rolling, still going strong. That being said, I'm going to bring the team on. We got Adam, we got Captain Scotty from North Carolina, and Don Valius from Mississippi. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Going good.
Good. So what's the latest? Don, you're on mute, just so you know.
Got it.
We were just talking a little bit about go ahead, I'm sorry.
Just getting my feet wet in the tournament, the heavy hitters. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, we were just chatting about that. So I think Don, are you in it, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, me, Don, and Scotty are in it. Adam, are you in it?
Not this time.
Okay, so if you don't know what we're talking about, it's a tournament put on by Step of Truth. It's basically Chris calls it not a tournament. I think people still consider it a tournament a little bit, but it's kind of like a personal challenge to see how heavy a 10 trout catch and release stringer you can catch in 1 year, 1 calendar year. And it's by state. It's also nationally. So the three of us are each sort of competing, I guess, in our own states, but also on the national leaderboard. So I obviously in South Carolina, there's no way I could even compete. I won't make the top 50, I don't think, on the national leaderboard, at least only for my South Carolina catches. But if I set a personal goal of catching 35 pounds, which means I'll get 10 over the minimum weight of 3 pounds, which to me would be a heck of a good year in South Carolina. But I don't know. So Scotty, you got a few already on the board, don't you?
I have 3.
That's good. What's your total weight so far?
12.83.
Nice.
Last time I checked it, I was in 33rd place. So.
Yeah, that's a solid start. Don, you got any yet?
I do not. I haven't been fishing this month, except for the tournament down in Hopedale.
Yeah.
Hadn't had a chance to get out too much. Weather's been kind of iffy. A lot of rain, a lot of wind. But hopefully later this weekend or early next week, I'm gonna be ready to go.
Sounds good. I was fortunate to log my first 3.75 pounds, which is a pretty good. It was 23 incher, and color me surprised because I was in freshwater. I was above the freshwater line on a strong outgoing tide, fishing basically a redfish hole with a redfish color, and got a hit and didn't think anything of it. And then it came up and started head shaking, and I was like, oh my God, I freaked out. I was like, oh my God, it's by far the biggest trout I caught in that spot. So that was a thrill. I wasn't really trying, but that's how it works sometimes. When I have been trying, when I've been going specifically for big trout, I've gone over so far.
One thing for sure is there's a lot of guys that really got some impressive stringers already.
That's for sure.
I think I counted like 9 or 10 that already have 10.
Yeah, 10 that's amazing.
I think a couple of them's close to a 6 pound average.
Yep,
it's crazy. Just 5 weeks into it, but I think it's fun because it's already focused. It's already made me focus on like trying harder. So I'm going to go in the morning tomorrow. It's a sunrise minor period, like early. So I'm going to go out before dawn, spend a few hours just focusing on trout, and then I'll probably just focus on catching after that. But I'll probably blank.
One thing on the meeting the other night with the heavy hitters bunch is that the data that Chris sent out about the moon phases the number of big fish caught at certain moon phases through the month. And it seems like that new moon, before that full new moon and before that full moon, seems like to be the two prime targets.
Yeah, it's interesting. We don't usually pay much attention to cylinder here in Charleston because our tides are so giant, and they more or less coincide a lot of times with our high and low tides, anyways, like the major and minor periods. So, but when I caught my one fish, when I looked at it, it was on the full moon, and it was 10 minutes after the end of the major. So it's like, maybe I need to pay more attention,
Yeah, all
At
three
least-
of the ones I caught were in the major feed time. So
Were they? Yeah, that's
All
pretty cool.
the two on Wednesday, January 31st, were right at sunset. So it was right at the tail end of the major feed time. And then that Thursday, February 1st, it was right at the beginning of major feed time.
Yeah, you get those those moonrise, moon sets like right at dawn.
Or
It's
sunset. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, or a sunset. Like
Yep.
I know, like I'm at Chipperfield down in Florida. Like that, the one day when I was with my business partner Ralph, I took him down there after I caught my 9-pounder with him. It was like 2 weeks later, and it was that exact case. It was a it was a moonrise or moon set right at dawn.
Yep.
And then Ralph stuck that 8.5-pounder, like, within like 15 minutes of us being there. It's pretty cool. So
Kind of water, you fishing like dark water?
up here,
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty dirty.
So I've been using the 808.
Yeah,
But the only difference is I have the bigger one, the 27, it's got a red head, like a red orange head. And it's been like slaying fish.
So- like a black back and a brown.
Black back, gold, the broken glass 808.
Yeah, I
And
don't know if I have any of that color, but I'll buy some.
I went and stocked up because I've been using Purple Rain and like your Mardi Gras, but I just had one of those on Tuesday and I caught a couple nice trout. I took it back out on Wednesday and that's when I caught those two. We had to leave. Came back on Wednesday or Thursday and caught that bigger one,
Hmm.
and they were all on that same lure.
Cool, Scotty. Are you in salty water? Like, do you have any places, any streams that are fed by fresh water? Are you ever in the brackish?
Mine's brackish and it's pretty salty. It's like I want to say 0.18. So it's pretty
18
salty.
PPT. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like half of what like pure seawater is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then a lot of the guys are fishing up in the Trent River, which is a lot more fresh, and they're catching a lot of like nice ones. So that 18 to 22 inch size.
Yeah.
But
The water in our bays down here it's down 5 or less right now.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. And a couple of years ago, I fished with Ricky Callum up there in Jacksonville, and we fished hard all day, all kinds of salinity. And I finally caught. I think the best fish I caught was like 23, but I think we caught a jackfish, like a few casts before I caught that trout. It was like literally in the freshwater swamp,
Yeah, we're catching largemouth bass.
Yeah.
Even caught some catfish on twitch baits. So
Isn't that crazy?
you make one cast and it's catfish. Next cast, a nice trout, and it's like,
Yeah.
let's go here.
It's so wild. All right, let me pull up our thingamajig here. I wanted to call out some tournaments that we got coming up. So we had the Louisiana one. I can't remember. What was that in January, Don?
Yes, January 20th.
Oh, was it that? Okay, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought we had done a recap. Do you want to recap that a little bit first?
Yeah, I can. It was we had the first annual Hope Dale Release Over 20 Pure Flats tournament, and we was a cold day. I think when we kicked off that morning, I think the air temp was 31 and the wind was blowing 15 to 20. And
Perfect.
We ended up with 14 teams. I think it would. Some had 3, some had 2. But it was a grueling day, needless to say. Some of us made some 20-mile runs in that weather, and there wasn't a lot of fish weighed in. I think Greg and Kyle and Jonathan took first place. I think Cliff took second place. Then we had one guy had a fish that was 18 and a half inches, took third place. We had one fish that was 17 something, and we only paid 3 places. But it was a great tournament. We had a lot of great prizes. The sponsors were really, really generous. Kyle's buddy donated some rods. Hell, we had an early sign up package that we gave away before the tournament even started. And the guy that won it, I think he's the guy that won third place as well. He won 2 $250 rods and a big prize package, and before the tournament even started. So, but it was a great turnout for those conditions.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody that signed up showed up. And I think we even had a couple add-ons at the end, some guys that just happened to be down there and decided to fish. But it was just a tough day, You have them like that. Water temp dropped. Water was low. It was cold and windy. So just, one of them regular tournament days. You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah. You always got awful fishing weather on tournament day, it seems like.
Yeah, but it was a great time for everyone.
That's what I heard. Everyone had just an awesome time despite the weather.
Yeah, Hopedale Marina was very generous. They actually donated a prize package at the end, a bucket with a Hopedale bucket with a lot of stuff in it. And like I said, we had a lot of great sponsors: Cito, Puglia's. Hell, I can't remember them all, but they were superb.
That's awesome. Well, thank you all for doing that. And sounds like there's interest in doing it again next year, or maybe another one this year. So that's cool.
Yeah. We're gonna look to do one here in Mississippi,
right?
At some point. Not sure when. Maybe in the fall. I think we're gonna kind of target the fall.
Yep.
So, and then Kyle's gonna kill. I see this one you got.
Yep. So that's a good lead into Kyle. So Kyle had this one set for March Madness, so the whole month of March. And you could see some of I'm not going to go through all the details here, but it's basically pretty inexpensive to join. And it's in sort of co-sponsorship with Pure Flat. So they have some release over 20 rulers that he's encouraging people to use. You could still use something else if you want. It just cost you a little bit extra to use something different. It's a catch and release tournament, and encouraging people to enter their fish on our database as well. If you want to get involved, look up Kyle DeVries on Instagram. His you can watch us back on YouTube, but his phone number and email's there as well. So that's coming up. That's pretty cool. I also wanted to show.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And we encourage everyone to buy Pure Flats measuring stick because like Kyle says in his mailer, $5 off everyone we sell goes to Release Over 20, and we in a fundraising drive ourselves for Release Over 20. So all funds that we can collect is greatly appreciated.
That's right. Thank you. So Patrick, our Alabama rep, Patrick Garmison, Ugly Fishing, he's got a few tournaments that he does every year that have released over 20 categories. Current one running is the Convict Classic. You can join it at any time, and it's on Fishing Chaos. So you can join that and start entering fish. And we know we've got a couple people here locally in Charleston that are doing it. And he also has, I'm going to show this one. So he also has a Doormat Classic that's not till fall. October 12th and 13th. So I just wanted to put that out there just as a planner. There's also Release Over 20 part of that. More locally to South Carolina, there is April 27th. There's a live release spring flounder tournament out of Murrells Inlet. I might even do this one. I don't know, Adam. We should bring some boats up there. They get a big run of flounder coming out of North Carolina, and a lot of flounder caught there. But that would be kind of a fun thing to do. It's put on by the GSAA, which is the Grand Strand Saltwater Anglers, and I think they're going to have me come up and speak to them at the captain's meeting, and try to get a little bit more involved with Release Over 20. But really stoked about this being 100% catch and release flounder tournament, which isn't happen very often these days. But hopefully that's going to catch on.
Well, speaking of flounder, it's been kind of odd down here. Usually this time of the year when the water cools down, our flounders head out to the Gulf to go do their thing and spawn.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still getting a lot of flounders caught inshore. A lot
Really?
of nice flounders caught inshore.
Interesting. Yeah, there's always some residents. We catch a few nice ones inshore here too, but I think the majority of them are actually in like 200 something feet of water spawning over the winter.
Yeah, and cold water spawns is good for them. They need cold water spawns.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is it's like a 1.5 degrees difference when they spawn as to whether they become males or females.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
It's really, really weird. So Carrie's not here, but Adam, you're going to have to recount the story because this is Carrie's PB trout, isn't it?
Yes, it is. As a matter of fact.
Well, do tell us the story. We want to hear.
So, like you guys were saying a little while ago, we actually, I believe it was a full moon, or I think it was either the day before or the day of a full moon with. But the odd thing, at least for here in this area, is that this particular full moon, it was a relatively normal tide differential between low and high. Normally, like Dave said, they're exceptionally high, which makes the fishing here usually not that good, quite frankly. But anyway, on this particular day, the tide differential was kind of average. Full moon, and we were just fishing one of our spots, and we did notice that the trout were in tighter. We were fishing around the dock. Normally we catch trout, I'm sure like all of you know, off the dock a little bit, but this particular day we were catching them a little tighter to the dock, more tighter than normal, almost in amongst the redfish. And Kerry hooked into one, and he said casually, he's like, "Oh, I got a Release Over 20 here, another Release Over 20 on the line." And we just figured it was a redfish, didn't think anything of it. So I grabbed the net, and sure enough, it was a trout. And he didn't realize it was a trout until we got it in the boat on the deck. he was really calm about me netting it and bringing it in, and I was like, well, he's not really that I was a little surprised that he wasn't a little more enthusiastic about it. Anyway, we got it.
He didn't pay good enough attention when he was looking on the water, did he?
No,
He didn't know it was a trout. He might have reacted a little different.
And he fishes he likes to fish with this it's almost like a crappie rod, kind of an ultralight. So I think he has 8-pound braid on it, and it's, he'll catch like an 18-inch fish, and, it'll look like he has a much bigger fish till you get used to fishing with him. And then you realize that's all it is. But, same thing. He caught that fish on that setup. And as I figured, when I saw it was a trout, I'm like, oh, please don't let this thing break off, because he loses, a little bit more fish for fishing that light ultralight stuff. So anyway, fortunately we got it in, and quick measure and release, and, it's back out there for somebody else to catch.
So that was his personal best?
How big was it?
23.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice fish.
That's a good fish.
Congrats, my friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's not here to retell the story, but yeah, we're pretty excited for sure. It's definitely for, as Dave says, for Charleston area, it's a pretty good trout.
Well, was you filming an episode?
So it's funny. We actually did pretty well that day fishing in terms of quantity. So we had caught a bunch of fish, and he actually, the first time ever, he turned the camera off. He's like, I don't want to edit all this extra film because we already got plenty for me to produce a video for. But as soon as we realized what it was, we turned it back on, and we got some footage, at least of the end of it. So I haven't heard from him how it came out, but
Yeah, that's what happened to me with my GoPro that day I caught that snook. We never catch snook down here, and I didn't have my GoPro turned on. It was sitting right there on my chest. And I hooked into this fish, didn't know what it was. First snook I ever seen down here. And just didn't get it on film, man. You know, it was just one of them times.
Yeah. Well, pretty cool though. Let's see.
Yeah.
Catch that for sure. So recapping January's entries, we had 303 trout, 2 flounder. Not surprising, like we just discussed. Most flounder are offshore right now spawning. Just 5 sheepshead and 127 reds. So we're hopefully. I won't be surprised when more people realize that we take red drum. That there'll be a lot more in the future. There he is.
there he is.
I'm
Man.
sorry, guys.
There's old Lucky. Where you at, Lucky?
We were just talking about this, Carrie.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't even get to tell him the story.
Well, that picture tells the story. 33 inches caught on the boat with Adam.
And
Adam
I can't
was
believe
Adam was
can't
more
believe you
excited
wasn't
than I
rolling.
was.
I can't believe you wasn't rolling the camera.
No, I know. I wasn't, though.
Well, we all agreed it was a sweet fish, man. Congrats.
It's it's pretty cool, but I didn't know it was a trout. I thought it was a redfish. Just we'd been catching so many redfish, and these trout were mixed in with the redfish. We were catching one trout to every 7 or 8 redfish, Adam. And,
Yeah, probably.
so I just thought it was another redfish, but I told Adam, I said, this one's, digging for the bottom. It's fighting pretty hard. I said, this may be another release over 20, meaning a redfish. And so he grabs the net the fish, and I didn't know it was a trout until he laid it on the bow. So, that was crazy.
Good times. So we were just recapping the numbers for January. We had a pretty good month, and the top 10 angler leaderboard was Brian McPhail, who had the most, which looks like 32 fish entered, followed by Kyle DeVries with looks like 26, and so on. So took 11 fish to make the top 10 in the nation. And for once, North Carolina beat Virginia. That's a very rare occurrence. Maybe it's all because of Scotty.
No, it's Josh Sutton.
Yeah.
Well, that's for sure. He's definitely on a tear.
We'll see that in a second here. But yeah, so Florida, South Carolina, Texas, Louisiana, and so on. Pretty good showing. And there he is, Josh Sutton, Pamlico Point with 20 fish.
And you got Joe right behind him.
Yep. It's Fontaine, number 4, is a South Carolina guide. And there's Scotty down there, number 6 in the nation. So good job. Yes, Josh, he's killing it. No question. So our first giveaway is our captain's giveaway. Carrie, you want to take it away?
Yeah, I put this one together. It's obviously, you can kind of see what it is. It's an APTCO hat. We've got, you pronounce it Epoch or Epic? Epoch? Epoch. So they've been good to give us a bunch of stuff, and I think there's another picture coming up that we've got a computer pad for a mouse that they gave us. Drum spot playing cards, Arctic Ice. I'm still trying to get David on here one day. Mirror lure, bottom sweeper jigs, and Troubadour on the towel. I always get him mixed up on the towel, David.
Prime Gancho.
Yeah, Prime Gancho.
Yep.
So, pretty good little giveaway. That's the captain's.
Yep. Should we do the giveaway? Let's do the giveaway now. So let me pull up my screen here.
How many captains do we get this month?
So we had a lot of captains, but not so many with client releases. So our captains can enter fish if they caught the fish themselves. They can enter it under their charter. So we only have 14 client releases this month. So yeah, so we'll do that giveaway first. And we're going to roll 3 times. First is 1, second is 4, the winner is 2,
Nope, not me.
which is Joe Tunstall.
Wayne Justice.
Wayne Justice is and that's from North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
We know Wayne. We met Wayne at ICAP. Yeah, great guy.
Yep.
Carolina Traditions Guide Company out of North Carolina. So congrats to Joe and also to Wayne. It's a good prize pack, man.
It would have been better if it was number 14, though.
Yeah, Brandon, that would be cool. All right, let me go back to our. Okay, sorry, I'm fumbling here. Somehow I lost my thing.
No. No. Yeah, I can now.
Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah. No, you can go ahead. I'll get a glass.
You think I'd know how to do this by now after, 2 years of it? Okay, so our first species giveaway is this one.
Yeah, that's the hook cap, slick lure, slam series, salt strong slam series. Which, by the way, we may be out of those. I need to get in touch with those guys. Q8 super baits, you guys. Scotty, I think you may have came back from there with the Q8 baits, and yeah, and so I've been talking to those folks. They're pretty excited about being on with us. Whose Sun Mask is that?
That's
Marshware.
Marshware.
Yeah, it's interesting now that David's got all the stuff. So I don't have my hands on this stuff. I just pick it, and so when we get new stuff in like this Marshware, I haven't actually had my hands on it. So when I go and see the pictures, it's hard for me to know exactly what's there. But anyway, that's a nice giveaway.
Yep, that's a good one. So in our main draw, we have 423 entries. And let's pick that one. So first is 367, 348. The winner is 151, which is 151. Kyle DeVries.
He's the luckiest guy I've ever met.
Seriously.
He is a lucky SOB, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, like 40
I'm
entries.
surprised he's not watching. Like his monthly, it's like his monthly prize.
Yeah, pretty much. He'll get a kick out of that, I think.
He won last month, didn't he?
He did, and I think he ended up making those. He just donated them to his tournament that he was running.
We gave it away. We gave that prize pack away in Hopedale.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing, guys. He has a lot of entries. So
he had a lot of tickets when he won that kayak.
Yeah, that's right. The more tickets, the better your chance to win. Okay, here's the second one.
This is the mouse pad I was telling you about from Epoch. Again, the Marshware cap, incognito gnat spray, which is, mosquito and gnat spray, which is nice thing to have in your boat this time of year. Z-Man, I don't know what size that is, David. I can't tell.
These are our diesel eyes. I think that's a 1 ounce.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't tell here if it's a 6/0 or 8/0 hook on it, but
Okay.
we got
And
those
then
Tri-Forge hooks on them, super strong.
then Greg sample a package of slick lures.
Yep. Slip Juniors.
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, Scotty, do you use those by any chance?
I do.
Yeah.
I use the big ones. I use the tiger bait. It's like purple with a chartreuse tail.
Okay. Because Kyle, he's almost exclusively that. Wouldn't you say, Adam?
Yeah.
Yeah, he catches a lot
Yeah.
of fish on those.
He does use a lot of them. Okay, so let's pick giveaway B, 32, 107. The winner is 21.
Yeah, my biggest trout last year came on a slick. It was a 27 3/4 inch trout.
Wow.
So this is Mike Laura. He's a captain out of Texas that he caught on by himself. So congrats to Mike. That's giveaway B. And let's go back. And our final giveaway is this one. It's a pretty good one.
Okay, yeah, that's a good giveaway right there. The Arctic Ice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get David on. This Mercer company with the Millennial Glove, we just had to actually sign a contract with them today so that we could. They're going to send us a fillet knife and a sheath each quarter for a quarterly giveaway, and just signed a contract with them. That the only thing we've got to do is make sure that we tag them in all of our stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So then we got the coastal. David, I haven't had my hands on those yet.
Oh, they're sweet, man. There's a bunch of like
That's kind of like the peanut that Scotty gave us.
yeah, that's
similar
so
to.
they do custom painting of different lures.
So this is Coastal Knockers,
Mm-hmm.
and they just came on, right?
They came on pretty recently. Yeah, we got a bunch of their stuff. We got a lot of like glide baits and stuff like that.
I won one of their knockers for November's giveaway, and I've
Mhm.
got a couple trout and drum on it already.
Then this Fat Belly, I guess it's kind of like looks like a bottom sweeper jig.
So actually just threw that in because I had it at the shop, and I thought, well, I'll just throw that into the giveaway. They're not officially
Okay.
a sponsor, but they should be.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe I'll look into that. Mirror lure, slick lure, slick. Again, Greg with the slick lure and a NAFTCO keychain.
So
NAFTCO
funny
stuff.
thing about that mirror lure color right there, I had a comment on our social. Someone said like, man, that mirror lure must have been like digging through their colors that no one buys or something like that. And I was like, okay, whatever. But then I also had the guy who won that same color last. I can't remember who it is, but they won that color last month, right? And they said, man, I want to win that color again. I've caught so many fish on that thing.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You said, well, it's in this month's giveaway.
Yeah. And I said,
That's a
"Hey,
heavy
well,
ding, isn't it?
I don't know.
With the
But-
green sticker down at the bottom. I think that's a heavy ding.
Oh, okay.
And it's got gold hooks on it.
Yep. Apparently it works.
It does.
Good giveaway package right there, though.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, okay, let's go back. This is our last giveaway. So, first roll, $3.99. 56th winner is 268. 268. 268. Hey, John Archambault. He won it recently as well.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, it seems like.
So John is a retired South Carolina DNR fisheries biologist. He actually co-authored the handbook on trout here in South Carolina. Super smart guy, super knowledgeable, good friend of mine, good big like trout junkie. So from South Carolina. So there we go. Another successful giveaway. And
4 states.
4 states, and
That was a keeper.
we're coming on to big trout time of year, right? The heavy trout, the pre-spawn. Oh, there we're back. Yeah, so keep the entries coming. We'll have another giveaway next month, and we already are off to a really good start for this month already. So keep them coming in. And any final words?
Not for me.
Okay, let's go.
Sorry, I was late though.
It's all right, slacker.
Night lines, fellas. Y'all hit them. They hit that heavy hitters now. Let's go, Scotty. Let's go, Dave.
Yeah, we're gonna try. Get yourself on the
Okay,
board,
there.
Don.
Yeah, I got to try to do that this month for sure.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Okay.
All right,
All right,
guys.
appreciate it.
Bye bye.
Yeah.